Hello, everyone. So yeah, the first topic I'm gonna explain it's about how to create work and some tips how to do it. So basically, how it works is inside your project in under your Word tab, you will have the ability to add work. We have different types of work, what we call basic work and the geo work. So the difference between these two is that geowork is associated with a reference, a drawing on a map, compared to a regular work that it is not. So one thing that you will notice is that the order that you see here, it comes from the workspace administrators. They have the ability to decide in which order a user is gonna see this information. So if you wanna suggest something to be changed, it's with a workspace manager side Matidor. Um, when you click on a work, the content that you see it comes directly from the templates, and almost everything can be configured. So the order, the fields, the names, everything, that also it's done by the workspace manager in case of any suggestions or something. Um, when you create a work already, you will see the option to autofill. So the next time that you have to create a work of the same type, you can just click on autofill, and it's gonna populate based on the last information that you provided. So this is gonna be updated based on the last one that you create. That's the one that we are gonna keep, and so on. If not, you can just create one from scratch. When you create it, the basic information you will be the assignees. These come based on the user access. Once you get assigned, you will get an email notification. You also have the ability to create a work without assigning to anyone. And at any point, you can just click and update this and assign it to a user if that's what you want. Um, if it's assigned, that person will get an email notification. If it's not, it remains as it is. Um, by default, you will see only the word that is in open status. In Matidor, we handle two different statuses, open or close. We filter by default by word just to make it easy, but at any point you can just remove this and you should be able to see all the work inside your company, inside this particular project. You can filter by the template type or you can filter by the different assignees. Another thing that you can do for work, it's you can expand this into a table view. You want to get a little more details, and you can configure what you are seeing into different views. So when you create a geo-reference work, let's say a point, you'll place it on a map, and then once this is saved, you can start filling out the form. The thing is, if you cancel this, the geo-reference is also removed. So, and to see the difference between a regular drawing and geo work, um, on the right side, all these are geo work and these are regular drawings. As you can see, it has a little difference on the naming convention. For work, we start with the W, so you know it came from a work, and regular drawings they don't have that structure. You can create the same kind of drawings as geo work, so you see the comparison. The second topic it's about drawings, how to create and handle drawings. Compared to a GeoWord that you created here, and a GeoWord, you can see what kind of drawing you will be creating based on the icon that you see. It does telling you exactly what the design is gonna be. A drawing, you will come here on the right side, a drawing, and we handle the same types of drawing. It can be a line, polygon, circle, rectangle, point, and text. When you place it on the map, you can add more than one case of points. We give you the option to edit different styles, colors, make it bigger, and add some kind of rotation if you want to do that as well. Another thing that we allow is if you want to rename these for drawings, you can keep any name for these and tag them. Tag, it's if you want to group them by, you can tag those drawings, and I will show you how it's used. So you want to search for this information or the different drawings, you can click expand these layers. I'm gonna minimize this. Um, Inside the layers, you have a drawing section. If you move around, if you click on this, it's gonna recenter you to your drawings. And if you open it, you will see the list of all the drawings that you have created inside this project. You can click on any of them. If it's a geo work, for example, if it's a work and you click on it, um, it will open the work information that you have for those. So yeah, clicking on this, it will open your work details. If it's just a regular drawing, then it just behaves as a drawing. It doesn't, since it doesn't have a work associated, that's all you see. One thing that you can do as well, it's you have the ability to select a couple or all of them, and then you can export these into your KMC or an Excel format, so you can import it in another areas or just share it outside of Matidor. One thing that you can do with your drawings once created, you can click on it and edit or delete them. Edit would be allowed. It's you can change the colors, opacity, you can give it a different name, and you can change the tag. Taggings are used for filters. So I'll show you what I mean with this. Coming back to your layers, drawings, here in the search button, you can search by, we allow to search by tags, like geo tag, and we hide everything else from the map, and we just leave your reference. This, it shows that it has a tag. You can remove this. And this one do not have a tag, but you can search also by the name. Like for example, something that I call as a circle. Then whatever matches your search criteria, it's gonna remain, and everything else gets hidden. So the idea is it's pretty flexible our search, so you can see exactly what you're looking for. Mainly tagging is used for that. You can have many different tags for your drawings, so you can quickly search your drawings. Now coming back to what you can edit, you have your tags in case you want to change it. We allow the ability to move your drawing or resize. In case of resize selected, you can just make it bigger or change the shape. In case if you want to move it, then we allow you to move it to a different location. Once you're done with your changes, just remember to save them, otherwise they will be lost. And another thing that we allow is drawing labels. If you want to see them or not, you can just toggle this off. And the same case for measurements. If you don't want to see it, you can just hide this. And finally, the ability to export a single drawing or delete your existing drawing. You can apply these changes in bulk. So if you click on this lasso, you can lasso into, let's say, a rectangle. You have the ability to move all your drawings at once. If you don't want to move a single one, you can do it for all of them and just save it. Compared to a geo drawing or geo work, these ones are not that flexible. The only thing is when you click on edit, we allow you to move them. In the case of points in particular, we allow you to keep a set of coordinates. So if you know specific coordinates that you want this point to be located, you can just keep it and they're gonna relocate it for you. You can hide labels and any kind of measurements, if any, you can do it as well. But we don't allow you to do any changes to the styles because the idea is that a geo work already has the style determined by the workspace manager. If you want to change this, please go ahead and talk with the manager, and they will have the ability to change the design for this geo work. Any questions so far? Okay. So saying your drawings, the idea is that you will come here, map layers, drawings, you can toggle on off. You want to hide them, you can quickly search for them. In the case of work, you can do it on your work panel. These are different types of work that we allow. A manager will have the ability to choose which work to be displayed inside a project or not. So that's totally configurable by them. And the difference between a geo work and a regular drawing. Now, what I'm gonna show you, it's called dynamic styles. So what I mean with this is that you can create a work that changes based on the condition. So this one, for example, the condition for this dynamic style is based on the status. So if status is open, we're gonna show this drawing. But if I change it to close, the drawing change, and that's because we chose the condition to do it that way. How do you configure this? This is for workspace managers. How it's gonna work? It's you will come here, settings, templates, work, and you can choose any type of work. Then you go to your template settings, and here on the right side, we have what we call dynamic styling. How it works is any drop-down field that you have inside the work will be an option to be chosen as a dynamic style. Right now, you see status and assignee, which are the two system fields. But if you were to add a manual field, any kind of drop-down, then it will be listed here as an option. Once you select this, by default, it's gonna you have to choose the style when nothing is selected. By default, it's this color. It's gonna be a green 3. Then you have to choose the option for the different options inside the dropdown. So when it's open in this case, it's gonna be same at 3, but this one is gonna be red. Each one of them can have a different set of styles. Like for example, this one in the case of clothes, it's a totally different drawing with a different color, and you can choose a different size and rotation. The idea with this is since it's based on the status, as the status changes, the the drawing or the color selected, it will change as well. As I said, it can be done by the system fields that are dropdowns or any custom dropdown added by the user. To add this, it's done by the workspace manager, so you will have to talk to them in case you want to add one of these particular fields. Any questions about this? Nope.
Please feel free to use the chat or just jump in with a question if you want any clarity on any of these, or if you have just any other questions at the moment about something that you've been working on within Matador. It's a good opportunity to clarify those as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Talking a little bit more about geo work. How it works is when there's a geo reference attached, if you move in the map and you access this work, we offer a few options. First, we show you the measurements. You can change this from squares to hectares, or if you want a different metric system, you can click on your settings, personal settings. Actually, this is workspace settings. And here you can change the measurement from metric to imperial, and in case of coordinates, latitude to UTM. Now, you have the option to edit, which I already showed you, but we also have center on location. So if you click on this, we're gonna center you back to your drawing. Another thing that you can do with your work, it's we offer the option to export it with your map. So the map, what it means is exactly what you are looking at this moment, that's what is going to be exported. You can zoom out or zoom in, and we are going to consider exactly what you're looking as the map export. So that's, I'm going to explain that. So inside your work, you have the ability to add what we call subtasks. Once the work is created, you can have predefined subtasks that's done but once again by the workspace manager. Or if you have one that you want to add, you can also click here and give it a name. The difference between a task and a subtask is that subtasks can only have basic information, such as a due date and who it's assigned to, and if you want to set it as a blocker. What do we mean with blocker? If you set it as a blocker, it means the overall task cannot be closed unless the subtask is completed. And how do you complete it? It's just a simple click, and that will mark it as complete. Also, if you go to your My Task, here you will see all your tasks and subtasks assigned to you. Subtasks have a different icon so you can differentiate them. So this is a subtask, and click on it will get you inside the project where you have this subtask assigned to. Just coming back to my project. As I was mentioning, the export in this case, it's only for your project, for your work. If you want to add more information on your export, we also offer like project export, which includes also your work and more information. But if you want only to export this, that's on here. And I think that pretty much covered the basic information for work, how to create a work, drawings, how to add drawings, how to filter and search your drawings, as well as how to export all this information. And finally, the ability for you to create and edit your dynamic geo work. Thank you for your time and see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. We'll sit tight here for another minute or two if anybody has any questions. And as I mentioned, if you'd like this recording, you are definitely welcome to just reach out to Victor in Intercom and we can send that over to you. Also, each of the items that we talk about in these 101s also have their own individual videos that we upload into the Intercom as well under the extra help. So you can find all these videos, and then this is a great opportunity for us just to recap those and make sure that everyone understands if they have questions.